The hallway buzzed with noise, sneakers squeaking on polished floors and laughter bouncing off the walls. Tommy kept his head down, clutching his frayed backpack straps tightly as he weaved through the crowd. His heart pounded with every step. He could hear them behind him, the usual gang, snickering and whispering just loud enough to be heard. "Hey, Tommy, where are you going so fast?" sneered Bryce, the ringleader. His friends closed in, cutting off any chance of escape. Tommy's stomach churned as he braced for whatever humiliation they had planned today. "Nice jacket," Bryce said, yanking at Tommy's sleeve. "Is it from 1980? Laughter erupted, and Tommy felt his face burn. He wanted to disappear. But before anyone could escalate things, a sharp voice interrupted the torment. "Leave him alone." Everyone turned to see Mr. Willis, the school's janitor, standing at the end of the hall. The bullies hesitated before slinking away, muttering under their breath. Tommy exhaled, grateful but shaken. Later that evening, Tommy found himself walking home along the quiet streets. It was colder than usual, and the sky threatened rain. He took a shortcut through the park and nearly missed the sound. A soft grunt followed by the clatter of something hitting the pavement. He turned and saw an older man in a wheelchair struggling to pick up a bag of groceries that had fallen from his lap. Without hesitation, Tommy sprinted over. "Here, let me help," he said, kneeling to collect the scattered items. The man smiled, his eyes kind but tired. "Thank you, son. It's not easy getting around in this thing," the man said, gesturing to his wheelchair. His jacket had a military patch on the sleeve, and his hands were calloused, weathered from years of hard work. "No problem," Tommy replied, handing him the last can of soup. "Where are you headed? I can push you if you want." The man hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "That would be much appreciated." Tommy pushed him all the way to a modest house a few blocks away. Before he could leave, the man smiled warmly. "You've got a good heart, kid. Not many people stop to help anymore." "Thank you," Tommy shrugged. It was nothing, but it wasn't nothing. The next morning Tommy stood at the school gates, bracing himself for another rough day. His shoulders sagged as he spotted Bryce and his gang waiting for him, their eyes already locked on him like wolves stalking prey. But before they could move, a black SUV rolled to a stop in front of the school. The doors opened, and a man in a perfectly pressed military uniform stepped out. It was the man from the park. The bullies froze, eyes wide. The man walked straight up to Tommy and extended his hand. "Good morning, Tommy. Thought I'd escort you to school today." Tommy stared in disbelief. "You didn't have to." "Nonsense," the man said, turning to the stunned crowd. "I owe you more than just a thank you. Not many people would have stopped to help me yesterday. People should know what kind of kid you are. A hero in my book." Bryce and his friends looked like they wanted to vanish into thin air. As whispers spread through the growing crowd, the man introduced himself. "Colonel James Walker, retired." He glanced at Bryce with a pointed look. "I know a thing or two about handling bullies. I suggest you boys think twice before bothering Tommy again." The bullies stammered out apologies and quickly disappeared into the building. Colonel Walker smiled at Tommy. "You've got my number now. If you ever need a ride or backup, you know who to call." Tommy felt a rush of gratitude and something he hadn't felt in a long time: pride. For the first time in years, he walked into school with his head held high, the eyes of his classmates no longer filled with ridicule but with admiration. And the bullies? They never bothered him again.